Alright, I haven't done a review in a while, but this is something I gotta review. This is the Stanley Coffee Press. Some call it a French press, coffee press, French press, whatever. Now, to me, this is the ultimate French press, or we'll say coffee press, because that's what it's being called. A little coffee press. The ultimate traveling coffee press. Okay, this is actually my second one, and let me talk you through it. If you don't know, there is a little filter inside. The filter here is real nice because it actually comes apart, so you can clean it. I've run it through the dishwasher. It's dishwasher safe, at least as far as I've done. 1 cup. 2 cups. About 2 cups. So for me, what I like to do, I'll use a spoon, but I usually do about 2 tablespoons of coffee grounds. To me, that's pretty much the perfect in between of, it's not too light, it's not too dark. I do like my morning coffee to just be straight black coffee, so 2 tablespoons will give that perfect in between. And pretty much this is all it is. I got my instant coffee right here. Instant hot water, not instant coffee. I'll fill her up. And let's talk about it some more. So if you see in here, they have a couple rings. There's like the top ring here, and then there's a ring right below it. And that right there, we'll say, is the optimum level of liquid and coffee in the Stanley Coffee Press. Because if you go more than that, when you go to put the lid on, it'll actually shoot out. So I usually let this sit 2-3 minutes, sometimes even longer, but about 2 or 3 minutes I'll let it sit here. And while it's sitting, I'll talk about what happened with my first one, because this is my second coffee press that I've had. The first one I got, actually the bottom of this is the first one, the lid is the second one. I got my first one as a present from Charmaine over a year ago, and I brought it to the ship. I loved it. I used it every single day, all day long, coffee pressing my own coffee. Well, on one of my watches, I made my coffee, I came out, and I actually dropped it. And this was probably like the 4th or 5th or 6th time that I dropped it. I didn't have anything to carry it with, and the lid here just has this little kind, you know, little, that, whatever we're gonna call that. And that's just how I was holding it. Well, it slipped out of my finger, and this like 5th or 6th time that I dropped it this time, it landed right on the top of the lid. So the lid here is metal on the top, and then it's plastic all the way through. So what ended up happening is this cracked right through there. For the last month on my trip, I ended up just like, I used some like Bondo, which probably not the best thing to use to fix it, but that's what I had. I Bondoed it, and that's just how I used it. But we'll say 2-3 minutes passed by. When I got back, Charmaine bought me another one, and instead of using the brand new bottom, you want a nice slow push down, not too fast, because then your coffee grounds are gonna shoot out the sides. But when she bought me the second one, I basically just swapped the lid over. Put that sucker on there. Now, being that this is a Stanley made coffee press, this sucker's a thermos. I'm not kidding. If you make some nice hot coffee, you know, boiling hot coffee in this, you're guaranteed, you could take my word for it, guaranteed at least 6 hours of hot coffee. By the time you get past 6 hours, you're gonna be getting into that warm range, but I won't even drink this right now because, which the lid here is nice. You got this nice little drinking spout. This is boiling hot and it's gonna stay boiling hot. I won't even drink from the top of this if I do it like this for about 3 hours. I usually make it and then I'll pour it into my own cup. That way it can cool down better. But if you make the coffee and you close this sucker up, it's gonna be boiling hot coffee for at least the first 3 or 4 hours. It's gonna be the exact same temperature that you put into it. And then after that, 4 hours or so, it'll start cooling down. 6 hours, like I said, it's still hot coffee. Then after about 6 hours, you get towards that 8 and it's warm. But this, I'm telling you, if you're working on a ship or if you're traveling in general, you're gonna wanna pick up one of these coffee presses. It's the savior of my life. I've been home now for 4 months. I haven't even bought a coffee pot because I'm so used to using this Stanley Coffee Press where it's not wasteful. You know, with regular coffee pot, sure, you can make like half pots or you just wanna make a cup at a time or whatever, but it's just so much easier, especially with my instant hot water here. I can just put what I need in it for my 1 cup at a time, put the hot water in there, wait my 2 minutes. I'm not waiting for the pot to warm up and then boil the water and, you know, strain through. I just put my coffee in here, put the hot water in there, wait 2 minutes, press it down, and I'm ready to go. Unlike a coffee pot where you gotta wait. This minimum time to make the coffee, if you do go over that second ring limit, when you go to put this down, it'll end up shooting out. A good tip for that is, ooh, that's hot, that's hot. Release the top. So when you go to screw it in, it's got the drinking hole and the breather hole on the top. It will, you know, the pressure won't build up as you're tightening it. The only complaint that I do have about the Stanley Coffee Press is the little carrying ring. When you go to drink it, you know, you put it down this way, you sip, you drink. We'll just get some of it out. I'm gonna drink it anyways. Yeah. Okay, so I just drank some of the coffee, right? I'm gonna go to put it back on. Do you see that there? It gets caught right there. So you gotta get used to pulling that down when you go to close it. Otherwise, it'll get caught. Like 9 out of 10 times, it gets caught up in there and you can't close it. So you gotta pull that sucker down. That is the only complaint I have. And like I said, I've dropped it before. I dropped it tons and tons of times before the top lid actually ended up cracking on me. But now I'm just more careful on holding it. I don't just one finger hold it around in the case that ended up dropping. You can see even on the bottom here, I've even dropped this one on the bottom a couple times. It's solid. It is solid. I swear to you. So go pick one of these up. The link will be down below. It's gonna be a great Christmas gift or whatever. And if you wanna pick it up for yourself, do it. If you're a coffee drinker, you're going to work on a ship or you're traveling, pick this up, okay? I use this every single day. I'm not lying to you. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I'll see you in the next one.